everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you how to go from bedhead to 1940s pinup victory rolls. So it's a really easy tutorial. This is a hairstyle that I just kind of love pulling out for no apparent reason because honestly it's super quick. Now the main part of this tutorial is going to be how to be creating the rolls themselves. Really what you do with the rest of your hair is up to you. Normally you would curl and set the rest of your hair, or you tuck it up in a snood, and that would make a really good, more accurate look. Anyway, let's jump into the victory rolls. So as you probably can tell, I have naturally curly frizzy hair. So this I washed yesterday morning and didn't really do much with. Yesterday I kind of straightened the front because I put it up into a 3/4-ish or half pony or whatever that is, half pony. And so I kind of smoothed the fronts, and that's all I've done. And then this morning I have done literally nothing. I got out of bed. Really what I'm left with is frizzy, a little curly hair that isn't that great. So the first, in my opinion, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth the fronts a little bit just so that I can get a smooth roll. So I'm just going to straighten the very fronts of my hair like this, just so that I can kind of smooth that out a little bit in preparation for the rolls. Now I'm going to apply my favorite Lay Right pomade, and so I'm just going to put a little bit and rub that between my fingers. If you've seen any of my other tutorials, you know that this is a kind of a good start to most of the tutorials. Lion, come here. Come here. Hi, Lion. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, there he is. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself kind of a side part because I like that look when I'm doing victory rolls. My hair also kind of naturally likes to side part. So I'm going to part my hair just about there. I think I want a little bit more pomade. You want to make your hair malleable, and you also have to make sure to get the pomade on the underside of your hair, the back side of your hair. Okay. Now I'm going to create a sort of part to separate out just the front of my hair. You want this to go to pretty much just about at the top of your ear. You don't want to be working with too much hair. Smooth that in your hand. Again, needs a little bit more pomade. Now we're going to take our back combing brush. Sorry, I know this one's nasty and full of hair. You can get these at Sally's. Just give a little bit of a tease all the way up. And I'm out of frame, but you want to do it all the way up, and then again smooth that together just a little bit. This is my victory roll curl form. It is PVC piping. We are going to take the tips of our hair and wrap that around the PVC and then just roll up. Now it depends on where you want your victory rolls to sit. If you want them pretty far out, you can just kind of roll straight. But if you want, like I do, them to be a little bit slanted and have this part of your hair back here still a little poofed out, you're going to want to kind of pull this out as you go. Then, once you've got it nice up next to your head, pull that roll. I recommend pulling it forward. Take a bobby pin, standard bobby pin, and you're going to insert that bobby pin in the roll from the front, like so. Take another bobby pin, and you're going to do the same thing from the back. Do this by feel, by sticking your thumb in the roll, and then pull the roll out just a little bit. If you feel at all like that roll is not secure, you can go ahead and stick a third bobby pin in there. I don't think I've ever needed more than 3 bobby pins. And I actually wore victory rolls for when I was in White Christmas a few years ago, and I was one of the dancers. And so I was dancing all over, and my victory roll stayed perfectly intact the entire time with just 3 bobby pins per roll. All right, now we can move on to the other side. It's the same sort of thing. I'm gonna start by just smoothing this a little bit. Okay, so again, we're going to separate the hair so that it goes to about over the ear. You want it to be pretty much even with the other side, so you don't have one side taking up like way farther back on your head. This side is a little bit trickier because, at least if you're like me and you've just parted it this way, you have a lot less hair over here to play with. So we'll start by putting some pomade on. And smooth it in. Tease the back all the way up to as far as you can get while you're still holding on to the hair. Smooth it again. Take our roller, wrap your hair around the tip of the roll, and roll in. You can also, if you have hair that's kind of coming off the roll, you can kind of tuck that in as you go. And again, I'm going to pull this out to the front and stick a bobby pin right on the inside. And then grab another bobby. Put your thumb on the inside of the roll and slide that bobby pin in from the back. Pull out, smooth up, and we have victory rolls. Now, I would recommend, if you're going to be going out and about, finish this off with some hairspray. The pomade does a pretty good job of holding everything, but if you're having to deal with wind or humidity or anything like that, you probably want a little bit of extra protection here. This one is staying really nicely, so I don't even think I'm going to add that third bobby pin. I think it's kind of doing nicely as is. You can also kind of, now that you've got all this pomade in your hair, you can kind of push down right here where the insides of your rolls are, and you're going to get, if you're anything like me at least, and your hair kind of does a wave or curl naturally, you're going to get a little wave right here, which is a little bit of a nice shape. But that's our victory rolls. So my hair down below is not great today, so I think I'll do a little bit of curling too, and you can see how I curl my hair. Normally when curling my hair or anything where it needs to have a curl, I will actually do my hair before I do my makeup, because I curl my hair with a hot iron and then by clipping it so that it stays in place. And that way it remembers the curl better than if you just curl it with a curling iron and let it fall. That's a really easy way to just have your curls fall out like nobody's business. So if you curl it and clip it and wait for it to cool, I recommend at least 15 minutes, if not a half hour. Then you're going to get a curl that will probably stay all day. In fact, sometimes it might stay multiple days, which is really nice. So this is how I curl my hair. I do use these, I guess they're called alligator clips. These little clips that have the 2 prongs. Those are curl clips. And I know that they were what was used because I started my curl clip collection with a brand new pack that my grandma had never opened, and I think hers were from the 60s, but I'm pretty sure they used them earlier than that as well. So I'm going to start with a little bit more pomade. I'm running low on this container. I'm going to have to move to my new container, but I'm going to take this pomade and I'm just going to run my fingers through all of my hair to get just a little bit of pomade all over. Now, if I was doing an actual set, and I will be doing a video on doing a 1950s set, coming up for COVID. If you have not heard of COVID, the last weekend of July, first weekend of August, when Costume College would normally be, a lot of us costumers, I feel like every costumer out there, have decided to all come together. This was inspired by Costuming Drama's idea, by the way. And we've all decided to come together and have an entire weekend of videos with tutorials and just a lot of learning type videos. We're also going to have a red carpet, a Sunday undies, a Sunday tea, all sorts of other events, and there's also a Discord chat group so that you can hang out with other people all day. So a lot more information is going to be coming out about that soon. I am super, super excited. And one of the videos that I'm going to do for that is a 1950s hair set tutorial. So it's not hard, it's just kind of takes a little while, but I'm really excited to share that with you as well because I've had a lot of requests for that. Anyway, back to curling. So section out a smallish section. You don't have to go super small, but I have I think a 3/4 inch barrel, so I want like a little bit of small, and stretch it over here. If I'm doing my hair like this, I do tend to clamp it at the bottom, even though I know that that's not good for my hair, so don't yell at me. I typically wait 8 seconds approximately. Seems about good. Hold my thumb at the end, and with a fingernail, I don't recommend this if you have no fingernails, I loosen the little clip at the bottom and slide off at the same time. And then I just clip that in place. You want to make sure that you're clipping it right to the base of your hair and you're going through the clip or through the curl. And you just clip that in place and leave it there again for about 15 to 30 minutes. And repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat with all of your hair.
One tip, I always prefer to curl under as opposed to curl over because it provides more volume. So make sure that when you switch from one side of your head to the other, you continue to curl under.
Alright, that is all of my hair curled and pinned up and put into all of the clips. So now I have to wait about 15 or so minutes and then I will release them all down. But in the meantime, the other most important thing about 1940s makeup and look and everything is, of course, the lipstick. This is my favorite lipstick, red lipstick. It's the Maybelline Super Stay Matte in the color Pioneer, and this stuff does a pretty decent job of staying all day unless you eat like pizza or something super, super oily. And even then, you're just gonna lose it at your waterline, and otherwise it's still gonna stay. I love this stuff, highly, highly recommend. So let's finish off this look with a little bit of lipstick. While I wait for my hair to set, one other tip for you about victory rolls. If you want to be doing your victory rolls every day, say you're in a show and you need victory rolls in your hair, or you just really like that pinup glam look, I highly recommend sleeping in your pre-pinned victory rolls. Now you're still going to have to re-roll them the next day just to smooth out the outside, but if you sleep in them, they're going to retain that shape and not get bent out of shape. So 10 out of 10 would recommend, if you need victory rolls from day to day, sleep in your victory rolls. while waiting for your hair to set, make sure to play with your dog. Now, if it's a hot summer day and you don't want to wait for your hair to set, you could always use bobby pins instead of these clips and actually just pin your hair up in this curled manner, especially if you base all of the curls right around the back of your neck. That's actually a totally legit 1940s hairstyle, and it's gonna look super cute and keep your hair off your neck on a nice hot day. All right, it's been a little bit, so let's take out our curls. While the corkscrew curls is a very sweet look, it's not really how they wear their curls. So you're gonna wanna run your fingers through those curls, frizz them up a little bit. My hair is honestly a little long for 1940s hair, but you want to loosen those curls and get a nice kind of wave going on. And I might brush them, but I find that when I brush them I lose a little too much, so I'm just gonna smooth brush them. This is a boar hair brush. That's about where I want it. And just like that, we are all ready for our pinup 1940s look. Or if you want to do this in time for tomorrow, since this is coming up on the 3rd of July, we're all ready for a cute little retro 4th of July. So as you saw, this hairstyle was super quick. It's really super easy. Pretty much all you need is that nice little roller, which you get from the hardware store, PVC piping. I believe this is 1 inch diameter, by the way. Little teasing brush with the pointy end so that you can separate out your parts. You can use a boar head brush as well if you're going to be smoothing out your curls. You want that Layrite pomade and a curling iron. Again, mine is a 3/4 inch if you're going to curl the bottoms of your hair, and if you have naturally curly hair, you also want a little bit of a straightening iron. And of course, our Superstay Maybelline lipstick in Pioneer. And that's all you need to get your 1940s pinup look from that previous bedhead look. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did like this video, please go ahead and click the thumbs up icon. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, please go ahead and click subscribe and the little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. I do post to YouTube once a week, but I post every day over on my Instagram. So please go check out my Instagram at Lady Rebecca Fashions. I will see you next week. Happy sewing!